Hey, it's Mike Brennan, and we have with us today Rick Beckers, who we've had on the show before. He's one of my sponsors, and now both Matt and I are going to start working with him in a various ways, ghostwriting, things like that. That's where we would write stories for not under our name, but under the name of someone that wants to have a great piece out there that it makes them an influencer or gets them a lot of attention, or more importantly, gets them leads. And so, one of the things I proposed to Rick uh, is that we try something first that I wanted to experiment with, and we've done it because Matt and I have been doing this video show for a number of years. That would include promotion before the webinar, uh, doing the webinar, and then post webinar. And so Rick and I have been talking about that for a couple of weeks, and he wanted to wait till early May to get started. So essentially, what we're doing here in this interview is explaining what it is we're going to do, and then Rick's going to explain it to his clients, and hopefully we move forward from there. Right, Rick?
Yeah, I think we have a great combination of skill sets here, that we can tap into. Obviously, the written word is your strength. The videography portion of it, you guys have been doing that for years and doing it very, very well. I'm in the technology industry. I've got some additional data eccentric items that I can bring to play. And the idea is that we can use data to find the ideal customer profiles or ideal partner profiles of the people that these clients who might want to use this technology will want to reach out to, so that we can find specifically those that they want to reach. Not a spray and pray, nothing like that. We're using all of the AI technology we can to find the best clients for them. Then the creation of the webinar data, the written word, and so on, and then let you go through your process of creating the webinar for them, inviting them, the prospects to the webinar. All the pieces and parts are being driven, and what we put together here, Mike, is a price point that, in my opinion, you're never going to be able to touch anything like this elsewhere. And I think we actually are quite capable of doing this better than anybody I've ever seen, with the best tools available at a price point that they can't beat. So,
Before we let Matt jump in here, let's tell people what ChannelSales.Pro is. They may not be familiar.
well, Channel Sales Pro is one of my companies. I've worked in the tech industry for ever since the computer existed. This is a consulting company, and sales consulting and marketing consulting. I focus on the technology companies of the world. So the new tech startups like software companies, AI companies, cybersecurity companies. I build their channels for them, and I put together their go-to-market using all the most modern tools, so that we can specifically get them, partners recruited and revenue driven. That's the bottom line.
Matt, why don't you talk about ghostwriting and what we bring to the party for that? And then we'll get more into details on what I'm proposing to Rick, and he's accepted for the webinar series. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, Mike and I have both been in journalism for longer than we care to admit. I think between the two of us, we probably have about 100 years experience. And what ghostwriting is we could write, magazine articles, op-eds, news releases, also company internal communication documents, stuff for your website copy. We both have long experience in doing that for a bunch of different companies in a bunch of different industries. Mike's been mostly in technology over the years, but I've covered everything from small business to banking to finance to healthcare to medical devices. And I've also covered a lot of stuff in and out of turnarounds, bankruptcies, and things like that. So, we could offer to write for people just about everything they would need communication wise for the written word. And I also have decades of experience in doing voice work, both for promos, commercials, public address announcing at athletic events, emceeing corporate events, that kind of thing. So that's my part of the skill set anyway. Mike, you could tell them a little bit about what you've done over the past, we won't say how many years.
Actually 46, but who's counting? I started when I was just 10 years old. So, I mean,
Oh,
that's,
sure, sure,
yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I was in the
There's child
newspaper.
labor laws about that stuff, you
Yeah,
know. I
well,
mean, come
I
on.
lied about my age.
Yeah.
I was in the newspaper business for 20 years around the country, and I've lived in 7 different states. Um, and the last paying job, because I've been on my own for 26 years, last paying job was Detroit Free Press, where I was an auto writer, technology writer, and various other things. But what I proposed to Rick is to kind of kick this off, because Rick and I have been talking for months about what to launch with first and that sort of thing, is this webinar series. I did some research, and the idea of having a live event is, I wouldn't say dead, but it's pretty close. And it's very expensive, takes a lot of the time, takes you out of the office for days. That's not what people want. We did some research that shows that, if you do a live event, you're going to spend thousands of dollars. But to land people through a webinar, according to the research I looked at, only $78 per lead. That's a heck of a deal. Almost slipped there. What we're going to do is, my idea is to do 5 or 6 talking points that we would all do all at once. And then every week, one of those points, why you should come to the webinar, what you're going to learn, and various other things like that. We would release them, put them on LinkedIn, identify the demographic that the client wants us to reach, and then hopefully drive traffic to the webinar. Host the webinar, then we'll handle that part. And then post webinar, we would take some of the best answers and questions and post those to LinkedIn. Hey, you didn't attend this webinar, but if you did, then you would have learned this about this particular company. And then I gave Rick 3 price points. AI helped me with that because we kind of scanned the web to see what the market would bear. So there's a very short 1-month campaign, a 60-day campaign, and a 90-day campaign, and the client just chooses which way they want to go. That would pretty much sum it up, right, Rick?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And then we're even given a flexible payment plan in this case. Obviously you don't get a discount if you want to stretch it out over time. But if you pick the 3-month plan, for instance, you can pay for that plan in 3 separate payments. Really, it's, I can't see anything in this that we put together that would be an objection to a business. If you're hungry for some leads, hungry for some brand exposure, you want to reach out and get a bigger audience and bring in, and increase your prospect database, this is the way to do it. I will say there's also something happening in the industry, and all 3 of us are indicative of this, right? The buyers of the world are getting younger. The younger buyers certainly are not live event attendees. They have been digital all their lives. They like to consume most everything that they communicate and research through the internet or online through a video experience and a webinar. And so this hits all the right points because those young people now are the buyers. And so you can't just keep doing things the way that you have. You got to move into the buyer's journey that they're most comfortable with, and this is it.
And we're launching it as of today. Rick has already, I think, talked to a number of folks, hopefully, and
Yep.
they're interested in doing it. And then Matt and I will work out who does what. In the beginning, I think I'll just shoot a lot of videos with these folks, but then I'll need Matt's help and a lot of other things on the finished product. And so it'll be very professional, done by 2 guys that have been collectively, Matt, 75 years probably at least, or 80 years that we've been.
Well, I mean, I started in journalism in 1978, so yeah, if you can do
Okay.
the math from that. So
And I got paid when I became a professional, as in someone paid me, was 1981. So yeah, there's that. We have a little bit of experience on this, and this show we're very comfortable with video. So I mean, everything that we promise is not a big deal for us to deliver. It's like we've done this many times. So I'm excited about this prospect, and I appreciate Rick inviting us to help him with this, and we'll do the best job we can. Right, Matt?
absolutely. And I think what Mike and I both have specialized in over the years is we both covered some fairly technical beats with complicated information. And I think what we're both pretty good at is reducing complex issues and ideas and concepts into a form that gets the point across accurately, but at the same time is understandable to the average person.
Yeah.
And so I've sort of viewed us both as translators or tour guides.
Yep.
So
That's been
that's
the
what
key
we want
to
to do for our clients.
That's been the key to my success in the technology world. Implementing IT solutions for companies all over the world. My success was driven by the fact that I could take complex words and turn it into layman's terms. So take bits and bytes and speeds and feeds and turn it into how it resolves business problems. And so that's what we're doing here.
All right. So if folks want to learn more, Rick, how do they Rick is the salesman, and Matt and I are not doing sales. We're doing the turnkey solution. So how do people reach out to you if they want to learn more?
Well, you can reach out to me through email, rb@channelsales.pro. Um, I'm kind of unique. I put my mobile out there, 248-803-6201. You can always get a hold of me then. But if you're a friend of any one of us, reach out directly to Mike, reach out directly to Matt, whoever you need to. They'll pass you off to me or put you in a meeting with all of us so that you're comfortable. We'll talk through whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. And I can assure you that if it's exposure for your company and lead generation, then we can accomplish your goal.
All right. Matt, take us out.
All right. Thanks very much, Rick Beckers. He is the CEO of ChannelSales.Pro.com, and he is working with Mike and I on the latest in a corporate communications service. So we hope you check us out. For right now, it's Matt Roush.
ChannelSales.Pro.
ChannelSales.Pro?
Yep.
Got it. All right. So for right now, it's Matt Roush.
And Mike Brennan.
And you're watching MITech TV with ChannelSales.Pro.